Are you overpaying on your property taxes, or are your property taxes out of control on your apartment building or commercial property? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you how to give yourself an 80% chance of getting your property taxes reduced with little effort. Let's get started. So the first question to ask is, why should you contest or argue against the taxing authorities that your property taxes are too high? Well, the question is, why protest your property taxes? Number one is, it's your right. You have the right to go against the taxing authorities, the city government, the county government, and ask and request for them to reduce. And also, it's your money. What could you do with an extra $5 or $10 or $20,000 in your pocket for the property, money that should be in your pocket instead of theirs? Okay. Number two, rising property taxes are crushing commercial real estate investors in certain areas. In some of the high tax states, when you run the numbers, when you crunch the numbers, the high property taxes are just killing the deals. And some of you who already own in those areas, you just received a tax bill and it just blows your mind how high the property taxes are now. This is one of the reasons why you should contest them, right? Number three, it has a direct impact on your cash flow and property value. Okay, so property taxes are one of your highest expenses when owning a commercial property. The higher the property taxes go every year, the lower your cash flow, or the lower your NOI, and the lower your property value. Another reason to contest them yearly. Number four, now this is important, more than likely, okay, the taxing authorities has miscalculated the assessed value of your property. And the result is you are paying more than you should. Got that? Okay? This is why I say you have a more than an 80% chance to get your property taxes reduced. All right? And to back that up, one of our students just received a 35% reduction in their property taxes by following exactly what I said to do. All right? So now in this video, what I'm going to share with you are, number one, what are some of those errors so you can prepare your case against the taxing authorities, and then lastly, I'll lay out the protest procedure, the process for you, so either you can do it yourself, okay, it's not too difficult, or you can make it easier on yourself and hire a third party to do it for you. Okay, now as I get into this subject, if you have any questions at any time in this video, go ahead and text me. Text Peter to 833-942-4516. The number will appear on the screen. Ask me anything. I would love to hear from you. All right, let's get started. Every year, the taxing authorities, the municipalities that are responsible for calculating property taxes, or the appraisal districts all get together and they run a mass appraisal on all the properties on one given county, right? So thousands of properties are calculated all at one time to calculate what the property taxes should be. So when they do that, there is no way that they can get 100% accuracy on the appraisal of your property. Therefore, you have errors. And so right now, I'm going to discuss with you what those errors may be to put you in a position to protest your taxes and get a reduction. Okay? These are pretty common, right? So errors that taxing authorities may make. Number one is sales comps, right? Used to value your property are incorrect. So when a taxing authority wants to value your commercial property, they will compare it against other properties that have closed recently, so they can take that value and make it equal to yours, right? Sometimes they don't choose the right comparable properties that are comparable to yours, and the calculations are wrong, okay? That's probably the number one mistake they make. Thereby, if it is corrected, you can get a reduction, okay? Number two, there can be simple errors, okay? Simple errors like square footage is miscalculated in your property. Maybe they don't have the right number of units. Maybe the lot size is incorrect. Maybe the year built is incorrect. All three of these things correlate to number one in making sure the sales comps are correct. So if this is wrong right here, any of this is wrong, then that's wrong. Do you see where I'm headed here? Okay. Number three, it could be improvements never made or completed. Let me give you a scenario. This happened to me. the previous owner of a property that I purchased, he filed papers with the county to build additional units, right? And he didn't get started, but he got pretty far along on getting everything done. Little did I know, the property tax authority already started taxing him on even before he started building. That's incredible. I don't know how in the world they did that, but this small town did that. Now, I would not have known that unless I hired a company to get my taxes reduced, and they found that error, okay? I get a huge reduction because of that, because I should not have been charged for something that has never been completed, okay? Nor have I started it, okay? All right, number 4 is other conditions, okay? Such as if your property is vacant, it should be valued lower, right? If your property is distressed, let's say, you just bought it and your building is, no one's paying rent and you have high expenses, you have a low NOI, your property is not worth as much as the one that they're comparing against, that's stable. Let's say you're in the middle of renovation. Let's say you have 100 units, you're going to renovate 75 of them. Your property value should be lower, okay, than it is when you're done. And lastly, if you're in a noisy area, like near a highway or airport or railroad track, guess what? Your property value will be lower. Therefore, your property taxes should be lower. Okay, got it? And number 5, if your area has experienced flooding or hurricanes or wildfires, and then these things will devalue your property. Okay, so now you can see these types of things are errors that are occurring every day in thousands, if not millions, of properties each year, thereby causing a reduction. This is why I can say there's an 80% chance that your property taxes can be lowered. All right, so next thing I want to do is I want to share with you what the actual process is in contesting your property taxes, getting them lower, and you'll see that it's easier than you think. You can either do it yourself or hire a third-party company. Let's do that next. All right, in this third and last part of the video, I'm going to share with you the 4-step process so that you can file your own protest to get your own property taxes down. Okay, so every state has its own laws and processes and procedures on filing your protest. Okay, every state, all you have to do is Google how to protest property taxes in your state, and voila, it will open up. You can click on it and read it, and it will go something like what I'm going to share with you behind me. Okay, all right. Now let's get started here. So the protest process. 4 steps. Now, you have 2 choices. You can do it yourself. I've done it on some smaller properties myself. It's pretty simple, okay? Or you can hire a third party. So for my commercial properties, because how you come up with the value and all the technical things that they do to warrant a process or to win, I highly suggest that you hire a third party company that can protest your taxes for you. And what they do is they don't charge you any money up front. They take a portion of the money that they actually save you. Okay, so it's a pretty sweet deal if you ask me. Been very successful using a third-party company as well. Okay, all right. Okay, so number 1 is to file the protest. Okay, you're going to file it, and the filing, the deadlines apply. You can only file this protest a certain portion of the year. Okay, there's most times no cost to this, and you can do it every single year. Okay, so I'm going to show you how simple it is. Okay, so I just printed off an application. It's called Property Owners Notice of Protest. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You put your name, your property description, why you're protesting, maybe some evidence of why you think your property value should be lower, how you like to have your hearing. Are you going to have it in person, on the telephone, right? And then signature. That's it. That's all you have to do to get this process started. So here you are thinking the taxing authorities are these big bad government machines. They're not. They're like people like you and I, and this happens more than you think. Okay, so don't be bashful. Do this and save yourself some money. All right, number 2 is you're going to research the data on your property. You can either find it online, or you can go to the tax authority office, okay, the appraisal district's office, the municipalities, the tax assessor office, and you can pull up what we call the card, and it'll tell you all the information, year built, square footage, lot size, all this information that you need to make sure it is correct, okay? And then if you find an error, and errors found are a basis for a protest, okay? After that, number 3, you're going to establish the property value using the commercial real estate's 3 typical ways of coming up with the property values through sales comps, the NOI method or income approach, and the cost approach, cost replacement method, okay? And this is why I say when you have a single family home or small property, you can do this yourself. But when you jump into the larger properties, this is when this part gets more complicated, and I would suggest you hire a third-party service for this, okay? There's plenty out there, plenty good ones out there. All they do is specialize in getting property taxes reduced. Very good companies, okay? Number 4, it's time to exercise your rights, okay? So you filed the protest, you did your research, you're ready to go, and then now it's time to exercise your rights. So once you make your application, you will get a notice in the mail of when your hearing date is, okay? And you're going to show up in your hearing date. It only takes about 20 or 30 minutes, okay? That includes waiting, okay? It's pretty simple. So you're going to have what we call an informal hearing, which can be with yourself and the taxing authority, usually just one person. Again, it takes about 30 minutes. And at this meeting here, you're going to get a yes or no, okay? Right here. And then most times it's settled right there, right? There may be a little negotiations here, but for the most part, it's done right at this level, okay? And you get your reduction, and then you go about your business and you wait for everything, the rest of the paperwork to happen after that, okay? So most times it's done right here. If not, if they say, nope, we're not going to reduce your property taxes because blah, 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 then you have a choice of having a formal hearing, okay, with the appraisal review board, right? And if not, you can do a judicial appeal. This is when lawsuits come into place and everything, where you go to higher courts, where you do all this stuff with your attorney. So at this point, you need to figure out the cost of going to court. Is it going to be worth the reduction you think you're going to get? Okay, so at this point here. But for the most part, you are going to be done right here. So I'm going to share this with you, that you do have an option to appeal. Okay? All right. So there you go. All right. There you are. There are the 4 steps. I share with you why you should do it, and some of the errors that you may find that's going to warrant you doing it, and then how to do it. So now there's no more excuse. So let's get out there, look at your property taxes, look for errors, save yourself some money. All right? Okay. Thanks, everyone. Hey, if you have any questions for me about this process or anything else, go ahead and text Peter to the phone number that appears right on the screen here. Text Peter to that phone number, and I'll be right there answering your questions. I really would like to hear from you. All right. Thanks, everyone. If you like this video, go ahead and press like. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We love having you. If you just want to learn the business, I have a book link that will appear on the screen, Commercial Real Estate for Beginners. It'll be right there for you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much, and I'll see you at the next video.